Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. Aren't these leaves so nice? Can you see the leaves? So nice and green. Do you think, good morning, happy Thursday. It's 7:11 a.m. here in San Antonio, Texas. Hope y'all are doing well. Anyway, do you think, like, you see how these leaves are green? Obviously, right? Do you think our brains can see, the chlorophyll? I say the chlorophyll specifically because isn't that the light absorption? Our brains, our eyes, therefore our brains to see light. And so the chlorophyll is where it is the light absorption, energy consumption. Isn't green supposed to be a soothing color? Maybe there's a difference between like the color green paint and like chlorophyll in seaweed, even though some seaweed is brown. Anyway, obviously, subconsciously, unconsciously is inherent in that question, right? And I'm wondering what that means for cacti. I think the succulents, I think they get their photosynthesis from somewhere, but I think isn't it the spines or the little pricklies on the cactus so that does the photosynthesis? You think we can see that? Somewhere in our brains. Unbeknownst to us, but maybe beknownst to some sort of ancient civilization that like measured the stars without AI. Maybe they were like, this is what's going on in our brains right now, and it's so we can see the chlorophyll. Maybe, just throwing it out there. Good morning. Don't really have much to talk with y'all today, but I felt like saying hello. How y'all doing? Long time no chit chat. Long time no leave the house. I left the house yesterday. Went to the mcnay, finally, and got a fancy lunch. A fun time at the mcnay. They have 3 places for current exhibits that are there for like, I don't know, 6 months or so. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. And 2 of them were closed, changing out, I guess, taking out the previous exhibit, getting ready for the new exhibit. But one of them was open and it was new. It was really fun. I forget what it's called. I'll probably just include it in the info box because I didn't put it on my Instagram caption. I guess I'll put it on my YouTube info box. The name of the exhibit and the artist. It was so fun. It was like, I liked it because it was a lot of multimedia use. And it was a felt. I thought that was cool. A very, very mystic something. Kind of a fantasy meets a spirituality type situation going on. But anyway, I had 2 favorite pieces. Well, I had all of them I really like. But if I had to choose a favorite, I had 2 favorite. One was the pink and the blue. They look like coyotes to me. Coyotes like fighting. You think they're fighting, but maybe they're not. It's a tough world out there. And this one, it's not a llama, or maybe it's a goat. Goats, it's like, it was taller than me. It's like this tall. I think made of felt and other stuffs. But anyway, it was this a goat like sitting on top of this green mountain and looking so serene. It was a white goat. Serene and pure. It would be the ace of something, right? The ace of swords, wands, cups, or pentacles. One of those. And attached to it, or it, I'm not telling you how to interpret this art, but was this a goat? It was like either asleep or dead, and you can see the innards. I thought that was so cool. And in the mountain it had like little felt decorations. But yeah, that's I think is so cool about the recently the mcnay. Well, I haven't really been going to the mcnay very often before these 5 years, but in these 5 years I have noticed that they have like a lot of sometimes people may have the opinion, preconceived notion that art has to be a bit restrictive in some way. I think maybe whether it's because it's your job and you have to fit maybe what it is that somebody would want and buy. But I think there is this kind of stereotype of this preconceived notion that art has to be very specific in order to be taken seriously. You need to be in these certain confines. Or at least like in the olden times, right? Like Da Vinci, I guess not Picasso, right? He kind of was outside those lines. Anyway, but yeah, it's a really fun exhibit, and those are my two favorite pieces. But I liked all of them. It was nice to see all this multimedia usage of our stuff, and of course all the other artwork there. My mom and I go there a lot, so we're all trying to take different photos of that we haven't taken already. Anyway, so yeah, that was my outing out of the house, since I do not have access to a vehicle. You know what else is new? It's Google Fiber. Spending a lot of time on Swandale. Tell you what. So. Anyway, what else is new? The new Scream movie. Tracy, so went out to mcnay, and then I think the day before that we went to Chester's for lunch. Tracy said she got her W-2 back and she would like to treat us to lunch, so we went to Chester's to eat hamburgers for lunch. Aunt Tracy, because she works at Michael's. And I've seen those Scream movies. I feel like I've seen all of them. But when Tracy tries to have a conversation with me about those movies, I'm like, what? Which movie is that one? Or like the number? Anyway, I just think it's funny because I've watched them, and then when I talk to her about them, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen the movie you're talking about. But anyway, the Scream like 6 or 7 is out this Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna go or not, mainly because of this vehicle situation. Tracy said, do you want to take an Uber? And I'm like, no. And I've been getting popcorn at HEB and extra butter. So my another reason I go to the movie theater is for the popcorn and the butter. But I've been getting that at HEB and having it here in this house. Hey, it doesn't look so bad. Anyway, so as far as certain motivations, they are not there. So I may go see the new Scream movie. I may not. Anyway, what else is new? Not much has been going on in the news. I really don't have anything political to say. So I think it's tariffs in Iran. And as far as the tariffs is concerned, I'm really wondering about, I hear tariffs, and then on the Democrat side, I hear this refund issue. Refund. I'm just confused about it. They raised the tariffs, and that the refund issue is the tariffs are a sales tax, which I think was recently considered illegal by the Supreme Court of the United States. So I'm wondering if they're going to rule on this refund issue. I don't know. I'm just really confused about this whole process of it. It was tariffs, and then the response to tariffs, I guess, for people who aren't United States citizens or citizens of different countries, was that they moved their business over to the United States, and along with that, it made investments, multi-million-dollar investments. What the details are on that, I don't know, but you move your business from somewhere. Obviously, there's going to be some sort of investment if you have really good planning and stuff like that. So I'm just wondering what the discrepancy is here. Because they just moved the business. I don't think there was like, we're gonna need some visas and green cards too. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the whole point of that was this American production, which I really don't mind, considering this. I hear a lot on the news, this AI issue. There's a job competitiveness, job scarcity. One, because of AI, and two, because of, I don't know. So I'm not really sure how, that's illegal. I didn't read the Supreme Court decision rejecting the Trump tariffs. But as far as the discussion of tariffs and all of that, I'm just like, if it's essentially a sales tax, then who gets the refund? Is it a sales tax on what kind of goods and services? Because I hear that the housing market is not so good. That's what it said in the San Antonio Express News, like on the front cover this past Sunday. Housing market cools, and there's not a lot on the San Antonio Express News is good paper, but sometimes it has limited stuff, which I understand, I guess. As far as comparing it to going out into the world and the conversations and issues that people care about, I can't compare, really. I couldn't say. So yeah, and then Iran talks, nuclear weapons talks in Geneva, which I guess is good. I guess it's the UN, right? Do y'all know who the UN ambassador is right now? It was Nikki Haley, and then it was to somebody else, right? And I don't know who it was in the 46th administration. And I don't know who it is now. But I don't think Nikki Haley's doing too good, if you guys are wondering. I haven't checked people's Twitter recently, even though I've been kind of wanting to, but just haven't really been on Twitter a lot. So, one of the reasons is I think the whole point of me being on Twitter and doing all that stuff was, one, so y'all won't forget about me, right? Oh, life goes on for everybody else, and here I am, stuck, right? So that's why I went on Twitter, and and one, so y'all don't forget about me, and two is bringing up, I guess, issues and conversation, and now it kind of seems like the redundancy phase has set in. So as far as PR and attention, it seems a bit redundant. I guess that's what I'm saying. And on that note, I think it would be nice to go on Twitter and not be maneuvering with those constraints. Anyway, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee 1 second. Oh, and as far as the refund, I don't know, I just thought it sounded so ridiculous. A refund for tariffs. So you have a business, American business, you have supplies, some sort of production from not in America, and you want a refund because you didn't increase the price. I don't know. I think sometimes, and on that note, I'm just like, are you arguing just to argue? Can't you do that somewhere else? Maybe there's different arguments and I just don't see them. But anyway, the Supreme Court had ruled that, quote me if I'm wrong, that it was illegal, that 47 can't do that or something like that. But I am reading about, I'm still, like I told you last week, I still am reading about that. I got my Darwin book, I've got natural gas and oil, I've got cement, I've got the Texas, the school general, and then other things for school code. It turns out charter schools, in case you didn't know, just to clarify, charter schools are state funded, in case you're wondering. And also in the San Antonio Express News, it said that a Northside Independent School District was the one school district that had the most kids leave public school and go to charter school. So as far as the state providing funds for charter schools, and I think that includes public charter schools. There's charter schools and then there's public charter. Is the state funded, and one of the ways is the selling of cement. A portion of a certain amount of cement sold automatically goes to the Texas School Fund. And also in the oil and natural gas, the Texas School Board something has to okay certain deals and prices for oil and natural gas and oil. So the funding, the state of Texas, the school funding comes from cement also, and some natural gas and oil. Um, and I have I was so happy. Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, the day before. I have like a lot of this is my mom's stuff, but I still have some stuff that is my stuff that I've had, when I kept from living on my own, and I guess just look at the lives and whatever. And I had some of my textbooks from when I went to UTSA. I bought the textbooks. I didn't rent them. My parents bought them, I guess you could say. Um, and technically, we're talking about finances. Um, and there was a book there. So I had mostly science. All this is really all science, and then I found this one book that I have. I can't remember where I got it, but it's the Introduction to Philosophy. I think I'm thinking to myself, I must have got it at half price or something. I can't remember. So I've gotten all my printouts of the Texas statutes. I still have the Title 18 and all that. I'm still doing, but I've kind of put that on low priority. The Pam Bondi's on it. Okay, not Jack Smith, Pam Bondi. So anyway, I put that on low priority, and I've got the Texas statutes. I want to say penal code, but it's not the penal code. Even though I have read through them. Anyway, so I got Texas statutes, my Darwin Origins of Man or something like that. I forget. Descent of Man. Which is very funny. It's a lot of behavioral stuff, which I guess is to be expected, but still, it's still kind of funny to read. And then I have this Introduction to Philosophy. It seems like it's a university level, or at one point in time, university level philosophy book. So I got all this reading to do. I haven't been doing much art, in case you're wondering. I don't know why. Usually when I do my art, I turn on my true crime and I just paint and paint and paint. Which, I'm still kind of upset about, because I feel, let me know your thoughts on this, but I feel like as an artist, it was just a lot easier when you're smoking marijuana. Now it's been, I don't know how many years, 4 years, something like that, I haven't smoked marijuana. I'm just like, this painting's okay. This is okay. I just can't wait to paint again. Smoking marijuana. Which they should just make legal. I don't know why they don't. Painting while you're drinking, I think, is probably would be a low priority type situation. Especially if you're using multimedia. Whoops. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, that's how I feel. I said, man, I feel like I'll be a much better artist when I'm partaking in the marijuana. Which, again, talk about a refund. Got medicinal usage, and that's it. Okay. Why don't you put some people out of a job and just legalize it? Tax it. Put tariffs on it. Something. Anyway, the flowers that my mom, we went to the mcnay yesterday, and then we went to Trader Joe's, because she likes to get flowers until the ones that she got has died, and then she gets the flowers again. And they're from Colombia. They're grown in Colombia. These are flowers, so they're stock, which have a really nice fragrance. It's stock's not one of those where you need to put the flower to your nose and you're like, oh, this smells nice. It's like you have the flowers right here and you can smell. But anyway, oh yeah, and I wanted to know the difference of this hydrocarbons with, I think primarily with wind, but there might be hydrocarbons in solar, I don't know. In San Antonio, I forget exactly which street it is. But when we used to go to Carolina's, it's that street. And it's also on the way to the zoo too. Anyway, there's this one Valero gas station. It's next to a Bill Miller's. Oh, it's the street where Alamo Candy is. I forget that street. I think it's I-10 and something. Anyway, I guess going towards South San Antonio, I guess. But anyway, that gas station right there at the corner, across from the Bill Miller's, has solar panels. I've seen solar panels. I don't know how solar panels do with a lot of snow, but maybe they're like you can like remove it or something if it cracks in the snow. I don't know. Is it glass? I don't know. Plexiglass. Got like this the school signs that say it's 20 miles per hour. That has a little solar panel on it. They recently installed stop signs on my jogging route it blinks, flashes a red light at the stop sign, and that has a solar panel. As far as car charging stations, right, I haven't seen any solar panels there. So this seems to be the solar panel versus car battery conflict. But anyway, I'm just throwing these ideas out there. If that's something that you want to research too, then by all means. That's why I'm saying it. Go ahead. I don't have a very strict schedule. The days kind of mesh together sometimes. Yeah, 9107. I'm the neighborhood watch, in case you didn't know. It's kind of funny. Anyway, it's a joke. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. 1 second. I just took a sip of coffee, and there is legit a spider on. Oh my god! Okay, don't see. What luck I had! I didn't drink a spider. Consider that the luck of my day. Something might happen. Michelle, can you do this? Okay, but at least I did not drink that spider. I'm not gonna touch it. Anyway. Oh, also, at the mcnay, in case you didn't know, in case you happen to be making a trip to San Antonio, which, just keep in mind, this is, there's a lot of population here in San Antonio, but I think a lot of people consider San Antonio more rural than urban. Simply because this low cost of living might equate to certain kind of I hate to say standards, but just ways of looking at things. What's considered fancy and what's not. But anyway, I've heard that that's why a lot of people like San Antonio. Everything is just so chill and laid back, and you don't feel any sort of pressures. But anyway, if you happen to be in San Antonio, you happen to be visiting, the mcnay also has a library section in the art museum. You can read the books, and I think you can check them out too, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I don't think it's a part of the public library, San Antonio, the city's public library system, but nonetheless, it does have a library with books. A lot of it having to do with art and theater and stuff like that. In case you're wondering. Anyway, what else I got going on? It's spring break is almost here. I hope I'm not here at spring break. I hope this spider hopes I'm not here for spring break. Still. Anyway. Don't have any plans in spring break plans? Vacation plans? You know, if I could hear your responses, I would say, oh, that's really cool, or maybe you should think of something else to do. I don't know. I would say one of the two. I wouldn't be no wishy-washy, right? So these are your plans, you gotta do, so I'm gonna give you my opinion, and it's not gonna be neutral. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's it. Really not much else to say. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, but I'm kind of scared to right now. The spider might be saying it's your life against mine. It don't have to be that way, spider. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's it. I just have been running and stuff. Google Fiber, apparently CPS has been like, there's a shortage or somewhere, a short somewhere. And I posted on Twitter the car leaving, but then he came back and he just sat in front of the house. So that's just really been what's going on, you know. So anyway, I guess I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good one. Happy Thursday. Obviously, I plan on making a tarot card video. To have some sort of a schedule. Another day, another dollar. Hope you have a happy Thursday, happy weekend. Can't wait to join society. My husband right next to me. But until then, my mom's gonna be giving me rides if I ask. If not, I'll just be stuck here. Okay, have a good one.